Dunedin in the 1980s was a breeding ground for some exceptionally talented and original bands, and one of those bands was called the Puddle. Now, they kind of disappeared for a few years, but in the past couple of years they've had a bit of a resurgence, and today I'm talking to George and Ian from the Puddle.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to NZOWN.
Thanks.
Now, you're holding in your hands at the moment your most latest album, which is called The Shakespeare Monkey.
Yes.
How long have you been working on that for?
That's the product of the last year. I guess it's from the start to the finish of 2008, pretty much.
And so the material for this, I guess, would that be relatively new, or is it stuff that you had worked on for a long period of time?
Some of it is new, and some of it is old songs that were never recorded, curios that were kind of, things that were brushed up and kind of like, this is it's strange because to me it's like a scrapbook kind of a record. It's not, it doesn't have the idea of like being a set of songs written in one time about one thing, like the one before it, No Love, No Hate, or like the next one will be. It's like a period where I maybe had difficulty writing songs, so I had to find inspiration from other places and kind of make myself write songs, and it's become my most popular record.
When you say it's become your most popular album, I mean, I guess the Puddle have had a bit of a resurgence recently. You're gaining a lot of new, younger fans. Is that quite fulfilling?
Yeah, it's intensely gratifying actually. They made a record that everyone likes and that people have heard way beyond people who have ever heard our previous albums. We always used to get good reviews from people who were cool, but they would always be qualified with good advice. And this is the first time that we've had good reviews that don't include constructive criticism, which is great.
Now, I was reading a review that Graham Reed wrote about the Shakespeare Monkey, and he said there that the Puddle should have been bigger. What do you think he meant by that?
I guess that back in the day we weren't that. It's true. It's honest. That's how it was. We could have been. I had this plan for success, but part of it that was missing was like me being a success at the same time as I made the great music, and that's the kind of thing that I've only just got added to it now is being there.
Now, Ian, tell me a little bit about your role in the making of this album, because I know you have your own studio and also you're a label owner.
Yeah, I set up Fish Rider Records a few years ago to record another band that I really liked in Dunedin, and I'd never done recording before, so I kind of taught myself how to do that from books on the internet and talking to people. And then after I'd worked that out with that album, George happened to be in town and said, "Do you want to come around and record some demos?" Because I knew he'd been writing new songs. And he came around and we recorded some demos, and they became the first album, No Love, No Hate. So they very quickly went from demos to being full songs. And then it just worked so well that we just carried on. So when George had more songs with the Shakespeare Monkey, and most of those are new songs, I think there's only 3 or 4 that are kind of old songs. We recorded them, and as George says, it works when you're doing it yourself and you're not kind of booking studio time. It works really well, and just kind of turn up and practice and rehearse and play, and if it sounded good enough to record, we'd record it.
And what about the label that you run? I mean, are there advantages or disadvantages, to doing it that way?
The main advantage, I guess, is that you've kind of got control over it. Like the Georgia stuff on Flying Nun Records, got no idea where any of that is. It's like all the bands, nobody kind of knows who owns what, where master tapes are and things. Good thing with that is we're distributing it in New Zealand through Yellow Eye Music, who are also based in Dunedin, and they've got links overseas, so hopefully we can kind of develop things from there.
Rice paper kites, white night.
Now, let's talk about the video for Naked of the Shakespeare Monkey. I mean, this is something which has just come out recently, and a very cool concept, I have to say.
Yeah, well, that's the origins of that was when we finished recording the album and started to release it. I thought, this, like it sounds really good, getting good reviews. We should probably have a music video, and I didn't know sort of how to go about doing that. I didn't really want to do the NZOWN Air sort of funding thing. Just believe very much in doing our own thing, being quite independent of that. And so I approached a friend of mine through surfing, a guy Pat O'Neill, who I knew used to make videos in the old days for the Flying Nun artists, Look Go Purple, the Bats. He did some of those great Flying Nun videos, and I said, I knew he was still in kind of the film and video area, and said, how do you go about doing it? And he just, in that kind of Dunedin way, just said, don't worry about it, leave it with me, and we'll make something happen.
I think it works really well, especially like the bedroom scene with the two young people. It's kind of bleak, there's that it really captures the feeling.
What
of
I wanted was
and
like a skinny rock star and his girlfriend in a flat. It was like was how I kind of wanted it. That kind of Dunedin kind of cool kind of rock kid kind of look, and then like that could be a stand-in for the younger me, or it could just be someone I'm singing to.
Yeah.
It's not pinned down what it actually means, but I just thought it'd be a nice framing device.
Well, I think it's worked well. Well, the album, The Shakespeare Monkey, where can people buy this from?
They can get it from all reputable stores. I'm not going to name which ones, but it's basically it is in all the stores, all the record stores now. And yeah. Well,
look, it's been a pleasure talking to you both today, and thank you so much for joining me on NZOWN. And congratulations on The Shakespeare Monkey. And no doubt we'll be seeing more of you in the very near future. And we're going to check out that video which we've just been talking about, taken from The Shakespeare Monkey. This is Naked.